On September 16, 2013, a silver Honda Civic was discovered abandoned at Riverside Park in Dayton, Ohio. Inside the locked car was a hospital ID badge, a tote bag, and an uneaten takeout meal. But in the trunk, investigators uncovered something chilling: Sarah's hospital scrubs, neatly folded, stained with blood. The car belonged to 26-year-old pediatric nurse Sarah Whitfield. She had vanished just 2 nights earlier, and to this day she has never been found. Sarah was not the type of person to disappear. She was known for her warmth and reliability, the kind of friend who would drop everything if you needed her. At the children's hospital where she worked, she was adored by her patients, often drawing cartoon characters on their bandages to ease their fears. She lived a quiet, predictable life. Work, home, the occasional dinner with friends or family. Nothing about her suggested she would suddenly walk away. That's why, when Sarah failed to show up for her shift on September 15th, concern turned quickly into alarm. The last confirmed sighting of Sarah was on the night of September 14th. After finishing a long shift, she left the hospital at 11:07 p.m. Surveillance footage captured her walking across the staff parking lot, carrying her bag. She waved goodnight to the security guard, unlocked her car, and drove away. It should have been a short 10-minute trip to her apartment. But Sarah never made it home. Witnesses later recalled strange details. A jogger claimed he saw a woman matching Sarah's description near Riverside Park around midnight. Another local reported hearing a scream near the riverbank. At the time, both accounts were dismissed. But after her disappearance, they took on new significance. When detectives searched Sarah's car, they found no signs of forced entry. Her belongings were neatly placed inside, except for her phone, which was missing. The scrubs in the trunk, folded as if with care, were soaked in her blood. The scene suggested not a robbery, not an accident, but something far more deliberate. Investigators turned first to those closest to Sarah. And one name immediately stood out: Ethan Carter, her ex-boyfriend. Sarah and Ethan had dated for 3 years before breaking up just 4 months earlier. Friends described the relationship as intense, sometimes volatile. Neighbors recalled late-night arguments. One friend said Sarah had confided that Ethan was possessive and had trouble letting go. When questioned, Ethan admitted that on the night Sarah disappeared, he drove past her apartment, just to see if her car was home. He claimed he spent most of the evening at a bar, but none of his friends could clearly account for his movements the entire night. Still, without physical evidence connecting him to the crime, police could not charge him. As the years passed, several theories emerged about what might have happened to Sarah Whitfield. The first centers on Ethan himself. He had the motive, the opportunity, and a shaky alibi. To many, he remains the prime suspect. But with no evidence, the case against him is purely circumstantial. The second theory is darker, that Sarah was the victim of a random attack. Riverside Park had a history of late-night assaults. Some believe she simply crossed paths with the wrong person at the wrong time. The third theory looks closer to home. Quiet rumors circulated about a doctor at the hospital who had shown unusual interest in Sarah. He was questioned and released, but doubts lingered in the minds of some who knew her. And then there is the unsettling idea that Sarah might have disappeared on her own. But those closest to her refused to believe it. She loved her work, her family, and her life too much to walk away without a trace. Then came a chilling twist. 2 weeks after she vanished, Sarah's phone briefly powered on. The signal pinged a cell tower more than 120 miles away, near Indianapolis. By the time investigators traced it, the phone had gone dark forever. It was the only sign of Sarah beyond that night, but it led nowhere. Today, more than a decade later, Sarah Whitfield's case remains unsolved. No remains have ever been discovered. No arrests have been made. Each September, her family gathers at Riverside Park, releasing lanterns into the night sky, waiting for the answers that have never come. And yet, one detail still lingers in the minds of investigators: the scrubs. Folded neatly, placed in the trunk, marked with her blood. Was it a sign from Sarah, a desperate clue? Or the signature of the person who made her disappear? Was she taken by someone she trusted? Was it her ex-boyfriend? Or was it a stranger who slipped away into the night? Until the truth emerges, the vanishing of Sarah Whitfield remains one of Dayton's most chilling mysteries.